Welcome back, America. It's your girl, Simply Tennille, and you are tuned into the Edge Radio Network and the I'm Just Saying Morning Show. We have a wonderful show planned for you, and of course, I have my very special team here with me. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, guys.
And I am Vanderbilt.
Y'all know what it is.
Hey, we about to get in on this thing because y'all know what? My birthday was Saturday because I am a full-fledged Libra, so anybody who doesn't like it can kiss it. Okay. Anyway, that was not for y'all. That was for these two haters over here. I traveled to Lake Tahoe this weekend. I hope that y'all saw my live videos where my hair was blowing in the wind.
Yes, we did.
Riding through the mountain and going through the water. Oh, I had an absolutely wonderful
You look
time.
like you were living your best Real Housewife life.
Well, I got to be the Real Housewife.
That's what you look like, though.
It's okay, Houston, if you decide to do a housewife show.
Y'all know
I got the drama.
Y'all know who to look for.
I got the drama for you, but I definitely had fun. I ate some really great food. Thanks, Tahoe, for hosting me this weekend. I had a good time. And I woke up to some money and liquor. Ooh, it was wonderful.
Yes, you just had an amazing birthday.
Well, the first picture she posted was her with that black dress on, and I said, "Hold up, wait a minute, where's my brother?" Because she got the whole thigh out.
I was like, okay, sexy. Okay. She is back.
Do your thing. We ain't mad at you.
So thank you, Sylvia Young, who helped me get my jump start on my sexy. Make sure you check out on @simply.Tennille 365. I'm gonna show y'all a transformation that I made after this coronavirus.
I see the transformation already.
Yeah, we've witnessed it.
My God,
I'm witnessing right now.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump right into it. How was you guys this weekend?
I feel great. I'm alive. I was recovering, and then I thought I was at like my optimum level of health, and I went to go play a kickball tournament, a grown kickball tournament that left me all the way sore.
I'm gonna tell y'all adults in this kickball get all the way out of sorts. They get extra serious.
It was very serious. Apparently we haven't had any human contact with each other in a long time because it got real rough very quickly. There were a lot of things that shouldn't have been there, like Jello shots and tequila.
Wow.
But it was a great
Well,
time.
I need to play.
It was a grown kickball. Yeah, so.
It was grown, and then everyone felt the grown effects the next day because everyone was sore. But it was a great weekend. I got to also celebrate my mother. There's a lot of October birthdays, so shout out to moms.
Shout out moms, happy birthday!
I bet you Walgreens, CVS, they ran out of icy hot aspirin cream and all of that.
Yeah, I need some too. They want you to hike everywhere in Tahoe, and I don't mind hiking, but you have to have on the appropriate shoes. And when you see the 4th and 5th, be careful of bear crossing and this, that, and the other signs. That's when you hike your butt back down the mountain and you make sure that you don't have no problems. Okay?
Yeah, that's too much.
So I took a couple pictures in the rocks. Go on, Vanderbilt. How was your weekend?
Vanderbilt got some exercise in as well. My son and I have, taken a healthier approach to eating and exercise, and we have 2 dogs that literally led the way all around the trail. So yeah, I was a little sore myself.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I guess it was an active weekend for all of us.
Yeah.
Then.
Y'all, we keep encouraging you, through this COVID-19 or pandemic, if you will, keep your head space clear, and outside is the perfect way to do that. Okay. Vanderbilt, you got a birthday coming up too pretty soon. You got any plans?
We gonna keep
exclusive.
Exclusive. Yeah. But all I'm gonna say is this. It's the calm before the storm.
Everybody, make sure you take time to follow us on social media, on Instagram @IJS Live. Ladies and gentlemen, please do that. And on Facebook I'm Just Saying Live. We'd love for you to do that. And be friends with Benny's, okay?
We are friends with Benny's.
But my birthday is actually the 25th, which is Sunday, so I'm going to do just a little bit.
I want to ask you guys.
We got something else coming up.
I want to ask you guys, what gift have you received that made you feel overly special? What's the best gift that just left you speechless, if you will, for a birthday? Ooh, can you tell us on the air? Yeah.
Let me think about that. Go ahead, Vanderbilt.
Wow. That just left me speechless. Oh, you know what? It was so simple. My children, this was last year, actually wrote me a card.
Aww.
And that, when me and their mom was together, they would normally go to Walgreens or whatever and get a card. but they actually wrote a card, and I was like, oh,
Okay, that's nice.
it's allergies, y'all. It's the
Well,
allergies.
it's the
Stuff.
allergies.
It's
They
dust.
bothering you.
Yeah, and I kept that card. That was like really special that they actually put their thoughts together for me. Yeah, yeah.
I'm big on jewelry.
Okay.
So like sentimental little pieces, things that I can keep. You know, I have my whole little collection of like
So
my
you're James
diamond-
Avery girl.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
am, and I got a pair of earrings from my great aunt. It was the
Wow.
year before she passed away, and so I think that was probably the most important gift that I've gotten.
Okay, I really
Mhm.
like those answers. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you feel special on your special days as well. But let me tell you something special about this week. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this, ladies and gentlemen, so
You did good.
Okay,
You
let's
did
go
good.
with that.
You did, yeah, you did good. You did good.
please pay attention to the meteor shower. I think it came especially for my birthday.
I knew that. I knew that was coming.
I know
knew it
y'all
was
like
coming.
that, didn't you?
I
You
knew
like
it was-
that?
I knew it was
God
coming.
is gonna let it rain down stars just for
I
me.
knew it was
Okay?
coming.
Look at them. They're like this girl.
I feel like
If
if
we
only
can't shut her
only
up.
Libras are like October was special just for me,
Right.
Like the whole.
And you
month.
just look at them like, really?
Whatever.
Okay.
We're sure of ourselves. How about that?
Nah, I love it.
Okay, so I have another piece that I would like to talk about because we've been talking about Miss Amy Barrett.
Yes.
She's trying to sneak into that Senate seat right at the last minute, ladies and gentlemen, and the women have taken to the streets. What do y'all think about this? They organized an entire women's march to say that she is a bad person to put in the new Senate seat. An entire march.
I think
Marched on DC. Said don't do it.
I think we've seen that protesting is our power this year.
Okay.
More attention is being drawn to it, but ultimately she's going.
Okay, so here's the thing. Everybody has been making plans on if Biden and Harris get into the office. What are your plans if Trump wins again? Do we have plans for that?
Be black and try not to die.
African Americans and everybody out there of color. If it
Oh,
happens,
Canada, here I come.
if it happens,
seriously,
ladies
we're-
and gentlemen, you still need to remember to hold people accountable at all times. If you are not getting what they said that they were going to give you after you vote these politicians in, hold them accountable and move on.
Yeah.
Stop being attached to things that keep you locked in. You're the only one with loyalty. I'm telling you now, we have loyalties to people who do not have our backs. Please remember that going forward with no matter who the president is. You know that I like to stay in the middle of the road. I'm not going to tell you what to do either way because I don't know your situation at your household. But from me to you, stop holding on. And this is in your regular life as well. Stop holding loyalties to people who are not loyal to you.
And speaking of Trump and Biden, they have now decided to cut the microphones off.
It wasn't
So-
them. Let's say that. It wasn't them who decided to do that.
No, it wasn't them who decided, but they're not. So they're gonna cut the microphones off, so there will be no interruptions while the other
Not
party
no
is talking.
interruptions. They only get the first 2 minutes to rebuttal the question or whatever. Like
Yeah,
that.
but I mean,
they
but
get
it's
a response
gonna
for
be
2
interesting.
minutes. It's going to be definitely interesting when that mic goes silent. And then when it cuts back on, can you imagine? I'm also going to say this. Do we even need another debate?
No.
No.
The only thing that we
We don't
need
need
it for
another
is entertainment
presidential
purposes.
debate.
Well, that's why I really feel like that's the reason why they're doing it, because it's very
I
entertaining.
feel like the only reason we would need another presidential debate is if they actually are going to use this time to address the issues that they did not address from the first time. If there is no conversation about policy, how they're going to be active, about how they can address things that are currently going on that will be going with us into the next 4 years, if that's not going to happen, then no. However, I do think we should give them an opportunity to try to fix what they did not do the first time, because the
Let's
first time
hope they
around
surprise
was
us. Let's hope they
just-
surprise us.
it was a disgrace. I
Okay,
just
so
couldn't
we are
take it.
also in the middle of a pandemic. Do you think we should change leadership in the middle of the game, if you would?
Why?
I
Why
think
not?
we should.
What? Both y'all are like, yeah, and why not?
I mean, if we could overthrow, that would be great too, but we can't.
Let's talk about some more fun subjects. Let's get out of politics for just a little bit. Cardi B had to shut down her
Shut
doggone
down her
Twitter.
Twitter.
Okay, listen, Cardi, We understand people have issues in their relationships, and it is what it is. Stop going to the courthouse though and go file my paperwork when you know you love this man. I'm telling you, I'm happy for it. I like that couples are trying to stay together now, more frequently, if you will, I guess. Right?
I guess.
What you got to say?
I'm not against it.
I'm just saying.
I'm tired of like this back and forth with Cardi and Offset, right? Like,
that's every relationship though.
No. But I'm tired of the public back and forth with Offset and Cardi. It's kind of redundant to me, and I'm not. So I like Cardi. Nothing against Cardi. Nothing against Offset. But I think they're trying to play too much into that celebrity like back and forth, and the only people who could do it was Brad and Angelina. I think
that they are truly having issues because they are both very young. They've got a lot of money, and there's stuff getting thrown at them every which way.
Not only are they young and they have a lot of money, but they're actually letting social media control their relationship. Yeah.
I think there's some holes in this house. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back.
It will take her to bring up the WAP.
Listen, okay. When we come back, we have a very, very special guest. Houston's own Mr. KG Smooth.
In the building.
Ooh, there's the magic. I can hear it in his voice. We know it for his voice. He will be here, and he's going to be talking about something very special to all of us because we're happy that he made it on the own network, if you will. I'm happy about that, but we're going to bring him back just in a little bit and let you know what he has going on.
We'll be back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing findhealthbenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Hey, and we are back. Welcome back to I'm Just Saying Live here at Midtown Bar and Grill in Houston, Texas. We're so happy to have you guys with us. It is a beautiful Tuesday.
Yes, it is. It's actually.
It's
very
Libra
nice.
season. I want everyone to know, since Neil
Temporarily.
loves to remind everybody it is
Well,
Libra season.
It is what it is. You got to represent yourself.
We are so happy to have you back. We want to remind you that we are live in studio and we would love to have you with us. Of course, wear your mask. We would love to invite you to be a Friends with Bennies with
Friends
us.
with benefits.
And since we are talking about Friends with Bennies, we have a special guest today with us, Houston's own KG Smooth.
Ooh, all right. Welcome, Chris.
Welcome.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Vanderbilt.
Are we using the full name?
Oh,
No.
we need to be using a full name because he, stepped it all the way up,
Yeah.
jumped on, and we have a new show that'll be premiering on the 23rd, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And we are here for it. You know, I'm just saying, we'll tell you when we're not here for something, okay? But we're definitely here for this. I've told everybody, I know several of the guys that are on the show, and the name of the show, ladies and gentlemen, get this, is Ready for Love, okay? Woo! I cannot wait for this. So tell us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to be on this show, because you know we know there's a selection process.
Yeah. Well, I'm KG Smooth. I host a quiet show on Magic 102. But
Yes.
you all know my on-air persona, but you're gonna meet the real me. You're gonna meet Chris. And so, season 3, Ready to Love, our all Houston cast, 10 girls, 10 guys. You know, we're at a resort. So, and if you've never seen Ready to Love, it's kind of like The Bachelor and Big Brother combined for Black folks. Because there are no Black, dating reality shows.
Black
that are
and
on.
Houston, this was a big thing for Houston in reality
Yeah,
TV.
yeah. And
So
shout out to Nephew Tommy, who,
Yeah.
from what I understand, suggested that they do a Houston cast for this season.
this is super exciting for me. I just cannot wait to see the little background information that we get on you guys' lives.
Yeah.
I'm just saying is known for pulling out those pieces. So were you ready for love on this show?
I am absolutely ready to love,
Okay.
and it was a great experience.
Okay.
Very interesting process because it was like speed dating on steroids.
So, I know on all of these shows, they give you, the background counseling and try to help you
Right.
deal with yourself. What is one piece of yourself you kind of had to let go of to be ready to love? Because I know we all go in thinking that you're ready.
Right.
Then you get there and you're like, oh my God, this girl is either getting on my nerves or why am I rejecting this? And then they talk to you about it and you figure, oops, it might be me.
Well, on that tip, I was straight. It
Okay.
was a family issue that in real time that it clicked on camera that
Oh, wow.
wasn't resolved, and you all will see how it all plays out.
See,
It
I almost
premieres
got it.
October
I tried. I
23rd,
really tried.
on the Oprah Winfrey Network at 8:00. Ready to Love season
So-
3.
So, is there anything? I know you said that we know your on air persona,
Yeah.
right? And on the show we get to meet the real Chris.
Mhm.
Okay, is there anything without giving anything away?
Uh-huh.
Is there anything you could tell us about the real Chris while we're here?
You probably won't see too much of a difference from KG Smooth and
Okay.
Chris. I don't think people know that, I like to joke a lot. I mean, a lot of people are, used to hearing me at night being all sexy
Right,
and on
yes.
the community show.
I know y'all can hear this
being an
voice. I'm just
activist.
saying.
But, a lot of people may not know that I'm a clown. I can be a cornball at times.
And there are some people who are very much like their personality. I like to think that I'm like this all the time. I'm sorry for y'all to hear that, but it is that way. But there are also those people that make a complete transition for their jobs.
Yeah.
So
You know what it's like when you're on.
yeah, definitely
You gotta
know.
turn
You,
on,
you got to be the right way. So here's the thing. We're going out here to this resort. Lots of
Yeah.
beautiful women,
Yeah.
lots of handsome men. Did we have any battling between the guys?
Was it battling between the guys? Competition is fierce. And I think what you'll see is that fellas, there's a level of, depending on the individual, there's great respect.
Okay.
You know, so even though it's competitive, at the same time, it's still respectful.
Okay.
Okay.
So being that it is in the city of Houston, everyone kind of says Houston is small or a big city. Did you recognize any faces?
I knew 3 people who were on the who were cast members with me for this season.
Okay.
I knew Joy. I knew Brian Carroll, Super Carroll.
Yeah, I know Carol too.
And I knew and I had met her once in passing, Chef Shay.
Okay.
So, you know, seeing those 3, I was like, wow, okay, y'all.
Yeah.
But the other men and women had never seen, and I was like, yo, I like to think that I'm kind of a man about town in Houston.
Okay.
Had never seen any of them. I was like, yo, like,
Where were you
That's
at?
so
This is-
funny.
Yeah.
That is so funny because I was going to ask, you know, because several of you are kind of poet, musician style people, and so it would be awkward for you not to have known each other because I know wasn't Raymond Williams who
Raymond.
plays for J. Paul, or used to
Yeah.
play for J. Paul.
Uh-huh.
Is also on the show,
Yep.
and so I was like, well, I wonder if they got together or did any music because you have some music coming up.
Not on camera.
Let's
but
talk about it. But y'all did have like jam
we did
sessions.
have jam sessions at
Yes.
the resort.
I
You
hope
know,
somebody
in the men's
recorded it. Can y'all
hall,
play that
and,
afterwards?
You know, in the morning, Raymond would play, you know, his guitar.
He's
and I'd be
awesome,
here, and I'd
actually.
go in there and, you know, we'd be singing along and harmonizing, and then some of the other fellas would come. So, yeah, it was yeah.
Okay, so
But
tell
nothing
everybody
on
where they
camera.
can follow you on social media.
You can
Just so
follow
we don't
me
forget.
at KG Smooth, all over Instagram, Twitter. My Facebook is Chris Green. So if you're looking for me on Facebook, Chris Green, that's Chris with a K, Green, no E. But yeah, KG Smooth, Facebook, Instagram, not Facebook, Chris Green on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you know, all of them.
Go
At
follow
KG
him, ladies
Smooth.
and gentlemen. There were several people on this show that were ready to love. I have a feeling that we're going to learn some very interesting things.
Yeah.
Remember, the O Network is everything because they put them on, and I'm so happy about that. Working with nephew Tommy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because not a lot of people can talk
Oh.
about that, especially when it comes to something that's supposed to be serious, but then you add this comedian in there.
Uh-huh.
How was that?
It was great. Nephew Tommy is a great host. Of course, a funny comedian, and I really like he has kind of a psychologist approach to it because he himself, he's been married to his wife for almost 30 years, and so
Which is amazing.
if anyone would know the key to finding that one and maintaining that relationship or that marriage, I think nephew Tommy would be the one because he's
Okay.
still crazy in love with his wife.
Crazy. Okay, so that's amazing, and I'm glad that he was there for y'all, for moral support.
Yeah.
Do you think that there was an issue with more people, like some people clicking together than others?
No.
Okay.
But because we all know what it is. We all knew the process. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to date multiple people. But that is one thing that I realized. Like, it's hard to date multiple people at one time.
Is that not what all you guys are out there doing anyway? No.
are
That has
they
nothing to
dating
do-
multiple people or are they smashing multiple people?
Oh, you know
Difference.
what? That definitely makes the
Yeah,
difference.
because
Yeah.
you'd have to get to know someone and actually take that time to open up to someone. It don't take much to smash somebody.
Right,
doesn't.
Exactly.
It
yeah,
definitely
'cause
doesn't.
Everybody's walking around hornballs, so that's easy.
And you also said that amongst the guys there was a mutual respect.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, as far as the women go, was there any cattiness or beef that
Right.
that
It's a reality
Man.
series.
I
What do you
I still
think?
had to ask. I still had to
Bro,
ask.
those women, the times.
Ooh, he said those.
He
women.
said those women.
He didn't separated himself. Go ahead.
Those women, they, yeah. To answer your question, yes. There are some contingent moments on the show between a few of the ladies.
Of the ladies.
I am interested to see what goes down because I only witnessed like two.
Of the incidents,
Right, firsthand.
if you will.
But to see what else happened or what other information or things that were, disclose, I'm anxious to see.
Chris is
I
gonna
am
be
really
like,
anxious to
Goodness,
see.
goodness,
I
I
goodness.
wonder if they
know
were all
that.
KG. Like, was the cattiness about you?
I don't know. I do think that I'm probably the butt of one joke because I wore a lot of these type shirts, button down, flowy,
Which is your
kinda-
norm, though.
All
That's
the
your
chest.
normal.
which it is. Yeah, with the chest, with a little
Yeah.
titty. Yeah.
And
So-
chest and abs, okay, y'all.
And so I had noticed how one of the girls one day was like, "Yeah, oh, Chris, like that's a nice blouse." and then the next day, like another girl was like, "Yeah, because Chris and his blouses," and so and I was like, "This must be an ongoing joke amongst the women with my drip
You and
in
your
these shirts."
drip.
In the
Okay.
In the shirt.
Okay, so but the show is all about being yourself and being able to attract those people
Right.
that are going to like you in real life. Like when the
Yeah.
camera is off, they still need to be able to like who you are. And if you completely change for something like this,
Mm-mm.
it's not what that is.
No,
okay, ladies
no, I
and
was
gentlemen, try to be
definitely
yourself
myself.
if you ever make
Yeah, I was
something like
definitely
this.
myself. My brothers had the same concern, and I was like, no, because I always thought like, if I were to go on a reality show, like, yeah, I would turn it up a notch or two. But in this setting and how this show is set up and what it's about, you can't afford to be anybody else.
Right.
You have to be yourself
All
because it
right.
absolutely will come across as, oh, they acting,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's some real stuff, some real connections are
Ooh,
made.
y'all, you definitely have to check this out. Tell us again when it comes on.
Ready to Love season 3. Ready to Love Last Resort is what it's called. This is the third season of the
Last
show.
Resort.
Last Resort. I like that. I
Ooh,
like that.
Jesus.
Premieres on this Friday, October 23rd, 8 p.m. on the Oprah Winfrey Network. And it's called Last Resort because we filmed at a lake resort in North Georgia. We were
Okay.
like in a bubble like the NBA because originally the show was going to film in Houston, which I was really excited about because I was like, wow, the world gets to see how dope Houston is, all of the dope little spots that they, to go to and all of that, and the places that we were going to go on dates. But then the pandemic hit, and so they had to,
Revamp that. Yeah.
revamp how we were going to do it, and and now here we are, Ready to Love, Last Resort. And I also learned that the show is so popular that Oprah Winfrey herself, this was the first show that she gave the green light to produce during the pandemic.
Wow.
She wanted this show to be the first to be produced, and so they pushed it and made it happen.
Let's talk about this because we like to talk about the business side of things as well.
Mhm.
For your career, when people do sign up for something like this, there is a selection process and then you get on. We do know that you also make music, you have the radio show. How important is it to have these different pieces of the puzzle to add to your repertoire?
Oh, I think it's very important. I think it just makes you more likable, more marketable, more just get you out there more.
Okay.
I mean, I'm excited to see what new opportunities come my way after the show airs. I don't know what will become of this.
Have you heard
You know.
anything in request for your artistry and your music?
Well, no. I mean, I'm thinking. This is what I think, Janelle.
Okay.
I think that folks are probably going to hit me up for some voice work, like
Definitely.
voiceover stuff,
Definitely.
commercials and whatnot. I think that maybe some more modeling opportunities will come, and probably being a brand ambassador for some
Yes,
line or
yes.
Yeah, for blouses.
Right.
Some
Exactly.
blouses.
Like, because I mean, and I love all the fellas, all the guys on there. Like y'all know y'all.
But you can
Y'all my
dress,
brothers,
right? That's what
but,
he's about to
you
say.
know,
But
if
I was killing y'all the whole show.
I mean, yeah. If I had to say, my trip was the hardest out of all.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I love when I can meet a really great personality. I've been knowing this man for several years. He has always stayed the same. And I hope that on Ready to Love, we find out, what happens. So I'm going to need each and every one of you to make sure that you watch this. Please remember to share this video so that all your friends and family know. Let's even do a couple watch parties. That would be a lot
That
of
would
fun.
be dope,
It's
yeah.
pandemic time. You can still stay with
do it
your
on
friends and
Facebook.
family.
We got you.
That would be
Facebook,
fun.
they have a watch party.
Yeah.
joint,
Yes,
don't
yes,
you.
they
We got
do.
you.
Give
So,
me ideas.
yes, that's what I do. I'm the idea girl.
She's all about solutions.
I am about solutions. And listen, if we don't support each other, where are we? We're lost, okay? We definitely have to support each other. We want to thank you so much for coming into the show
Thank
today.
you all for having me.
Is there any
I'm
other
just
events or
saying.
anything? I'm just saying, we made you say it. Ooh, watch out now. Make sure if you have any other events or anything coming up, please let them know now.
We are having a few, well, not a few, majority of the cast members of the show. We're having a watch party on Friday at Chapman and Kirby. 6:30. Doors open at 6:30. It will be socially distanced. You have to have on a mask. The way that we've got it set up, we're following all of the COVID protocols. So Friday, beginning at 6:30 for the viewing party for the premiere of season 3 of Ready to Love: Last Resort.
All right.
Ooh, and you know it's going to be some people in the building who are clearly ready to love.
Oh yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for continuing to support our show. Remember that if you would like to be a sponsor of the show, all you have to do is DM us at I'm Just Saying Live. We were super happy to have Mr. KG Smooth on today, or Chris, if you will. We ain't gonna give everybody your whole government, you know. But we'll be right back.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and you know, sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And you know, my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. You know, I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay,
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters. Between the ages of 0 and 5, a child's mind is very impressionable. Researchers call it the theta brainwave. This low frequency is the state of consciousness between the conscious and subconscious worlds. In this state, the mind is capable of deep and profound learning, healing, and growth. There is a subconscious loop that's created during these early years. Who you believe you are has been downloaded based on experiences that you have had. A bad experience could create fears and limitations. Do you love who you are? Do you believe in yourself? The reality is that you can't control your childhood. All you can do is interpret it. You can choose to see your good and your value. Try this experiment. Project forward. See yourself at 80 years old. Now you have lived a lifetime. What advice would you have for your younger self? What risks would you have taken? What relationships would you have avoided? Did you celebrate life? Did you allow yourself to feel, to be present? Your 80-year-old self would tell you to not live in fear, to have faith that things will work out, that all you have to do is persist until you succeed. Your 80-year-old
And we are back. I hope you're. Yeah, we back. We all the way back.
Going.
Back.
It takes these two. But you are hanging out with the I'm Just Saying Live crew. We are at Midtown Bar and Grill, 415 West Gray here at the Edge Radio Network. I got my girl to my right.
Hey, Charlie.
And I got the queen to my left.
Simply Dottie.
It's your boy, I Am Vanderbilt. So what we got coming up now?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was tons and tons of world news that we could have talked about that was really important. But guess what? We're going to keep it moving.
We're going to keep it moving?
I had a really good time with KG Smooth. I'm glad that
Yes.
we're able to get some of the inside scoop, if you will, on him as a person.
Yeah.
And I know that it has to be really hard putting yourself out there, telling people, hey, I'm here, I'm open, and I am ready to love, if you will.
I don't know if that's the theme for Houston, though. I don't know if God is like sending like love towards Houston, because we also have Married at First Sight that's here in the city. So I think it's going to be really interesting. We've got a few reality TV shows. They're like, you know what? Houston needs some more couples. Apparently.
I think the biggest thing.
The world needs more couples. Let's just say that, because I feel like in recent years, people have kind of stepped away from getting married, being exclusive, you know, with Tinder swipes.
Hashtag exclusive, by the way.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
You want to be exclusive.
But one thing I like that he said, you know, in everything that he talked about, is that he was able to remain himself.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, when you get on these shows and they're scripted, you know, you can kind of lose yourself in everything that's going on. But he was able to remain himself.
And
so.
it is still very much so a job, let's say that, because there
Absolutely.
are restrictions and things like that you must abide by. One of the things that I meant to ask him was if other people are interested in being on something like that, because they're ready to love and they feel like they're at that place. where they need a little extra assistance and they don't mind people watching how they can go about getting on the show. You know, that would be fun
Charlie, would you
for
rather?
other people.
Would I do it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was definitely down for Married at First Sight. I mean, I don't need to now, but I definitely,
Gotcha.
definitely was like, I will
Okay.
do this. I'm ready.
All right, ladies and
can
gentlemen,
do
we're going to
this.
change up just a little bit, and we are going to talk a little bit about social unrest. You know, there is constantly something going on that we've been finding out about through cell phones, through everything, right?
Right.
So, do we believe, this is what I wanted to ask because, you know, I ran across something and it said that there's a study and it says racial preference can be detected as early as 6 months. 6 months. Your baby already knows whether it likes dark skin or light skin. Do we believe this?
No, we don't. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't believe that they know that they like one thing or the other. I do believe in environmental conditioning,
Yes.
which means that whatever they're around the most, whatever they see the most, is what they start becoming accustomed to. That's why it's important to have a diverse environment, or at least once they do start having cognitive, acknowledgement of races and different colors and things like that, that you actually start to, maybe in verbal and in non-verbal communication, let them know, this is acceptable.
This is one of those times when I say journalists and media, if you will, you cannot believe every single thing that you read, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you, there are babies who don't even realize that they're one color or the next until they're in the first grade.
Well, you see,
they're conditioned properly, as Charlie said.
well, you see all these. I've seen several videos where you would have, a black child and a white child. They would run up to each other and hug each other like they have been best friends for life. There was actually a Steve Harvey show where these two kids met at a daycare, and they have been best friends forever. They even dress the same.
Okay. So with this theory, they're saying, can we blame people for their bias if this statement is true? We have all basically said that we don't feel like this statement is true. And they also related it to whether or not people are gay, or whether or not, the moral issue of being able to judge, off bat. And I just kind of wanted to talk about this during the social unrest part because of the fact that you are going to be blamed regardless. If you're out there treating people bad, it has nothing to do with their color. It's because you're a bad person. You can make the moral decision to not do it. You can make the moral decision to help someone if you see someone is kicking them or they're down. These are decisions that you make within yourself at any given point, any given time. You can change. Just like I was telling you earlier, don't hold on to loyalties that are not loyal to you. You know the people that are taking care of you. You know the people that are building your city, if you will. You have to stop judging people by color. It is a choice to do that. A choice.
I think in America, well, I mean, and I can only speak for our country. I feel like America, because we've been able to capitalize on racism, I think that is why we push so much for color this, color that, color this, color that. However, as a Black woman, I will say there are still systems that are in place against certain minority groups. I will definitely say, and I can't, say that that's not happening. However, like you said, we do so early on, we throw this on our children. We don't give the next generation. We don't give the next generation the opportunity to change the things that we've been fighting for, because we start to embed in them all this hate and racism.
Out. Be careful.
But it's one of those
even on
things.
Our side, that's what I'm saying. Even as African Americans, you do, because you don't want your child to be out there and be unprepared for that time when it happens. I was, beyond college years, I've been patted on the head and said I was pretty for a Black girl. I've been through a lot, but it's because I am very much so around, other cultures all the time. So it opens you up to more things. And if you're not prepared, then what? We want them to be prepared.
And to what Charlie said, it's one of those things where, society now doesn't promote unity, amongst everybody. Because when I was coming up, We stayed on a in a white neighborhood, and they would say we're blacks in there, but one of our best friends, our playmates, was white.
Yeah.
We knew we didn't worry about the fact that she was white. We had some black people that we didn't associate with. All we knew that was Tammy.
That was Tammy.
That's
Tammy
it.
was the homegirl. Look.
Tammy was the homegirl. That's
Tammy
it.
She was. Oh,
She was good at kickball, by the way.
I'm not playing with y'all and Tammy and this kickball.
Kickball
She was
is a
good.
real
She was
thing.
good at it.
But no, I agree with what you're saying, Tennille, that I think, and for us to do these studies so early on, it's like sometimes we go looking for something.
Yeah, they were definitely reaching on this one.
So makes you question the agenda.
Yeah. What were they trying to prove?
Yeah.
And if they do this study, then I guess that has to debunk the I don't see color situation. I don't know. I don't get the
Which
point
sound
of
get that
this.
where they were going with that.
Right.
So with that being said, we're gonna move on, but we definitely do not think that your 6-month-old has decided whether or not they like color. Let's just say that.
Promote love and unity.
What did the baby say? During the, I'm sorry, I'm just saying. Next, let's say Samuel Paty, French teacher, slain after showing freedom of expression lesson. Okay, let's say this. He used some characters. I messed that up twice. It's okay. I was trying to say it properly and it went all the way wrong. But he used those, so it wasn't like he showed the exact speech and this, that, and the other. He was trying to teach the kids about freedom of speech, and he was beheaded in the street. How do we feel? How do we feel about that? I know that things go on in different countries. I wanted to bring this up because, he was not black, but this is definitely something that has to do with social unrest. A Russian 18-year-old male allegedly beheaded this man in the street because of a lesson that he taught during school.
That's crazy.
Man, the world, and that's because they did not like, it was Prophet Muhammad that was on there. They did not want him spreading that word and took him out.
Well, for some people in certain parts of the country and even certain parts of our country, they believe that certain religious leaders also lead to certain terrorist groups. And so for them, they think that you're trying to indoctrinate them
Into the children.
Yeah.
Which made it even more so.
Yeah, which means that you're coming against the country and they feel like they're doing their civil duty by protecting the greater good. However, I think that people need to stop trying to take ownership over other people's bodies and their lives.
So basically, and when you sent this, to me and I saw it, I was like, wow, this is basically what we've come to, not as a people, as a whole. This is what we've come to. Yes, it didn't happen. It didn't happen on American soil. This guy was French, but this is the mind state and the mentality of people as a whole.
Right.
And that's a very big issue. It would have been one thing if we knew that he had enforced his ways or his views on a particular child. But he's an educator.
Here's the thing that I have to say. Stop making it the responsibility of the teachers to teach your kids which way to go, if you will. If you want your child to believe a certain way, that's your prerogative. They're yours. You can teach them whatever you want at home. Make sure that they are grounded. Like, when we were growing up and going to church and doing whatever, it was embedded in us from home. We didn't have to look to our teachers and, those other people in the community to know that we should be going to church on Sunday or X, Y, and Z. It was embedded us in the home. That is the same way that we should be teaching our children now. So when they hear these things or people try to enforce something different on them, they already know until they're old enough to do their own research, of course, because I'm a firm believer in that. You don't always have to believe exactly what your parents taught you. When you take time and you do your own research and you come up with something different, so be it. You are now an adult. You can make those decisions mentally. You above 18 or whatever, age you want to put on it. When you're able to make your own decision, run with that. What makes you feel good?
Teachers and educators at a time when we were coming up were to enhance what we taught at home.
Correct.
Now teachers and educators have taken over what we as parents are supposed to be doing.
For some parents.
For some parents, for some parents, that the teachers and the educators are their only source of information, training, knowledge, whatever you want to call it. And it's sad, actually.
It's sad, and ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know that we're not the only ones going through. There are all races, all creeds are going through something. I know that people are having this dilemma with whether or not, they've been instilled all this time, vote Republican or vote Democratic, this, that, and the other. Now you got a whole tossed up bag full of nothingness. What are you gonna do now? But this is how you have been taught all the way through, one or the other.
Conditioning.
Yeah. Now that the basis of it, the premise is missing, what do? You need to teach your children how to make decisions for themselves. That is the key here. That is where I was going with this. I hope that you enjoyed it. Look, teach them how to think for themselves and teach them how to research information on their own. Anything y'all like to say about that?
No, because it's something that we talked about and we touched on so much. We actually handicap our kids by not allowing them to research information in the history, sort of say.
We definitely do.
We had let's move on. Yeah.
I want to talk about something funny real quick. I'm just going to insert this in here. This has nothing to do with social unrest. We're going to move on from that. But I don't know how to pronounce this one either. QAnon? QAnon?
Oh, yeah, I was struggling with that one too.
Okay, so listen, there is a virtual cult out here, ladies and gentlemen. Virtual cult. Doesn't that defeat the purpose? Let's just start there. If you're not liking what someone says, wouldn't it seem easy to just cut off your computer? How can someone control you, your thoughts, your actions through the computer? But it happens every single day.
Because especially now because of the pandemic, we are living in a virtual world.
No, this thing's been around since 2017.
Yeah, I'm saying even more so now because everything is done virtually. I mean, they're just basically using another means to influence our kids.
Yeah, because you can just play with algorithms and honestly, like the way that it works, like when you see an ad and you've been talking about something and then it pops up on your phone. That's the way that you can do it. You literally can, in a certain area, plan what they see, what they hear, and if you push it enough and have enough money behind it, you can influence their thought.
So their premise is that Trump is a hero in the battle of saving the children. Y'all remember when the commercials used to come on and Save the Children Fund?
Yeah.
Which was actually a good thing, okay? They were actually feeding children in other countries, this, that, and the other. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Trump is the hero of Save the Children, and this one is more so about children who have been trafficked and abused and this, that, and the other. So I was all for it, but then I was like, when they start realizing all of the things, we talked about Pizzagate and all these different things where the presidents supposedly play a huge role in selling young boys to patrons and friends and whatever else for a weekend of fun.
Once again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, okay?
Okay.
But here we are, using this medium, this platform to influence what you believe on our kids.
Very true. Very true.
Well, speaking of influence, because I know when we come back, we're going probably into a touchy subject.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do sports.
I definitely want to talk about sports. Astros fans out there. I'm so sorry.
Poor Astros. I was walking through a casino, looked over at the screen, thinking, something phenomenal was going to be happening. Oh no!
And after Friday's game, Astros were able to pull it through Saturday. However, it didn't happen for you guys.
They did.
However, the Rays, they did end up triumphing over them. And Dodgers had actually really good game the other day.
This year.
World Series starts tonight.
So let's talk about who you got.
Dodgers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're in agreement. Hopefully, we're not wrong.
So let me go ahead and get this out the way right now.
Okay.
My Cowboys lost.
Oh,
to the Cardinals yesterday.
Football.
Okay.
I don't understand.
Let's get it out the way
they
right
looked
now.
so raggedy, didn't they?
Okay,
It was terrible.
we
They
lost.
looked raggedy.
To my brother Miles, I'm talking directly to
Oh,
you,
they
sir.
looked raggedy.
Okay, there was no need to kick your brother like you did last night on social media.
Man.
You went in.
Man.
Okay. Yes,
It was a rough
we lost.
game.
It was a rough game. I just honestly think they're not in sync. You know, when you try to
That poor
put
quarterback just looked scared.
yeah.
Let's just. I'm
Well,
sorry.
the thing
He
but it's
wasn't dropping. None of the passes were dropping in the right spots. It looked real bad.
well, coming from a football coach, you know, when you hit, we always will tell our cornerbacks, if you hit him enough, he's gonna hit every step coming. And they were blitzing off the corner like it was free lunch.
Free lunch, man. It was ridiculous.
It was
But
bad.
Yeah. Needless to say, I went to bed with a headache.
also the Texans. Of course, we have to include the
And
Texans.
they lost too.
They
Oh.
did. Yet another loss, but it's okay. We're gonna stay strong. Do y'all see this smile?
I mean, a loss is a loss. I could deal with the Texans' loss. I mean, they made a gamble that will put them up to and put the game, you know, out of reach. It just didn't work.
Mm-mm.
We, on the other hand, stunk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was sports. We're gonna keep it real short. I would like to squeeze some of these movies in here because I've been trying to tell y'all about them for
Yes, she
quite
has.
some
Yes.
time now.
Yes, she has.
Listen, I need y'all to go and support Gutter Mommies, okay? Now, this is a local movie out of Dallas. Let me just say that. But the writers, producers, all of them were us. So I'm gonna need y'all to support this thing. It looks like it's gonna be good. I need you to go watch the trailer. And you can see it says Gutter. So you know we got some gold diggers and everything else in the So make sure you definitely go get it. I think it'll still be a really good watch. Saturday Church. If you are one of those people who was fighting with gender and identity struggles, or you know somebody who is going through that type of thing, this is one of those movies that is good for you. There's a 14-year-old boy who is, you know, the star in the movie, and he is figuring out what he needs to do with his life.
I definitely want to check that out.
Okay, I got one more. There's a Nigerian drama. Oh, here we go with another
Alutra.
word. Okay, repeat it again. Okay, so
This is
it
smart.
addresses the bleak subject of sex trafficking in unflinching detail. They say it gets real raw in this one, okay? So it is definitely not for, you know, the queasy, if you will. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with our mental health moment and Tennille's touchy subjects.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the I'm Just Saying morning crew here at the Edge Radio TV network. We have really had some fun with this show, and I want to talk about you guys having fun over the holidays with your families. Did you know right now you can book an entire theater at the AMC, ladies and gentlemen, AMC, for $99.
That is so crazy.
So if you want an activity to do with your family, just book it out for $100. And y'all can sit in there yourself, be social distance, and still have all your family together. This way, you know, the older family members can get out with you.
And for our special friends in Benny's, how about you come watch a movie with us? Let's have a movie night with.
So
I'm
we're
Just Saying.
gonna make it happen.
What movie are we gonna watch?
A few of our favorite things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Look, we squeeze that in there. Now it is time for our mental health segment with Mr. Jay Vanderbilt.
Oh, I like that introduction. Well, y'all, this is mental health beyond meds with your boy. I am Vanderbilt, and I want to keep it really, really quick. But this was something that was on my mind over the weekend. I want to talk about affirmations. Okay, and I'm going to jump right in. Affirmations are positive reminders or statements that can be used to encourage or motivate ourselves. And I think one of the things that we all do is that we don't tell ourselves enough that I can do this, I can do that, I'm gonna feel this way, I'm gonna feel that way, and just, you know,
I am wonderful.
Oh my gosh. Was that really necessary, people?
It was right at that moment. I was feeling it and I had to run with it, you know.
But research has actually shown that people who stay positive with self statements like I am a lovable person, I feel this way, I am going to do this, actually lead more productive lives. And as you all can see, Tennille tells herself that she's wonderful.
I am.
All the time. So what I did was, and you know what, honestly, y'all, I actually started doing this. I actually started making this a part of my ritual every morning.
Okay.
I get up. Of course, I say my prayers, and I actually go through 10 positive affirmations.
I'm going to say this, you know, watching Annabelle, and, you know, she was a phenomenal speaker, but she even took time during her yoga to have a woman calling out affirmations during her yoga practice.
Yeah.
I said that I was going to incorporate this because that's one of the things that I think I kind of lack. You know, a lot of people, you know, look like they've got it all figured out in person, but it's really hard because some of those people are the ones who really have low self-esteem because they feel like they're not as achieving as high as their friends and this, that, and the other. And this very well gets you to that place.
What I did was I normally do between 10 and 15 every morning.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes I actually say the same ones because what I'll do is I'll say them, and throughout the day I actually have a checklist where I actually go through each one and I check it off.
Okay.
I think it's important. I actually had a friend come into town and they were like, I love your place. You have affirmations everywhere. And I'm so used to that. I grew up like that. Like having affirmations in your home, in your bathroom, in your kitchen, you know. We always have like those cute little magnets, and our magnets are always about like love and self-love and living off of love and things like that. And I feel like it's made me the person that I am. So when I do have a moment when I'm down, it's like, okay, let me just go walk in the bathroom. Great. Today I am going to accomplish all that I set out to be. Remember, you're smarter, you're greater than you think you are, like all these different things. And sometimes you may not be able to get the words out, but as long as you can say it and say it to yourself, works.
I'd like to ask both of you this, since y'all are kind of living in it. For those
Mhm.
people out there, like myself, who are not kind of living in the affirmation world, if you will, for your children, for yourself, where's a place that they can maybe go and find a list that would be, really good to kind of get started with?
Well, you can actually, like I was saying, if you want, when you're doing like your home decor and things like that,
Mhm.
you actually can find like cute little pictures with affirmations on them.
Okay.
It was like, I'm great.
So home decor is a
Home
key.
decor,
Okay.
Ross, Burlington, at home. There literally is a whole section full of like
Yeah.
affirmations that you could
Burlington
say that
is
are
my
on
store.
pictures and things like that. Or always Google it.
Oh
and-
yeah,
and
you
it'll
can
come up with
probably
a
put one. Is there like
long
an app
list.
on your phone that probably sends you stuff like
Yes,
that too?
there
There
is.
is an app, but what I'll do is I'll actually post a link on our page to the website where I was getting some of my daily affirmations. But do you guys remember when we were kids? When you had the alphabet magnets all over the refrigerator,
Yes, and you spell them out.
and you spell them out. So what I did was, and my son, he's like, Dad, why do you have these Post-it notes everywhere?
The Post-its.
Yeah, and what I did was, because at one point, and not trying to put him on blast, he was having trouble in school. So what I did was I said, okay, let me go ahead and change the narrative. I would actually write different affirmations, and I would put them where I knew.
Yeah, I know people that do them on their mirrors.
Yeah, that I knew I knew he had to walk past it. And he was like, Dad, what is this? And he would snatch it off and like, read it. He's like, I am going to have a good day because.
This
Okay,
is
fill in the
probably
blank.
also very important during this time of COVID, when people's kids are at home and struggling maybe to do some computer work or something like that, because I've talked several times about how are they expecting kids to do all this typing and complete these assignments real quick when they haven't even learned how to type.
Yeah.
Like nobody's thinking about those little bitty pieces that feed into it. But if you say, I'm fast, I'm this, I'm, smart, that would make very well.
And one of the things like we talked about real quick, affirmations are mental self notes to yourself. You're telling yourself, I am going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
And as I always say, every time I do the mental health segment, and this is one of the affirmations that I use every morning. Love for self is love for life, and mental health is the best wealth.
All right. Well,
I
that
use
was
those
an
two every day.
absolutely wonderful segment, Vanderbilt. I think you did a really, really great job. But guess what? Speaking of self-love, it's time for
Dun,
Tennille's
dun,
touchy
dun.
subject, okay? Here we go. Let me get myself together. Let me get myself together for this one.
This one is
okay?
hot, y'all.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I am quite the exhibitionist when it comes to sex. So I had to do a little digging
Yeah,
on that
okay,
one.
yeah, do a
That
little
means we
digging.
like public areas. We like to be scantily clad and things of this nature, okay? Just so you know, the exhibitionist part means, going to those clubs and all that kind of stuff. It says, my man is comfortable with it, but my friends and family relate us to a pimp and hoe situation. Okay. In other words, he's pimping her out, making her do all these things to get attention and whoop-de-whoop because he wants to be the man. They comment that he does not care for me if he allows me to do certain things, those public things, of course. I'm sure that that's what she's talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, do we feel like this man really cares about her if both of them are comfortable with this or no?
Absolutely.
He cares?
Yeah, he cares. Number one, it takes two to tango. I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do, first of all.
But the fact that a man, now this is the issue.
Okay, it's
a
a
man
man.
is
Okay.
comfortable with her maybe showing things in public that she shouldn't or doing things. If he's allowing her to do this, does he really care?
Okay, I'm glad you said it that way. That's their relationship.
Okay.
That's their relationship. And to the people who don't
Charlie's
like it,
face is just.
Charlie, you all right?
Do you have anything to say about this?
I think there's layers to this. 'Cause
Okay.
I need to know, what are they doing out in public? Like, is he talking to her any kind of way? Like, is she reacting
Okay,
to
so
him?
I'm going to
maybe
fill you
doing-
in on that because I said I had to do a little digging.
Yes.
This is more of a event thing, maybe walking her on chains thing,
Ooh.
sex, sometimes out in the yard, things like that.
Oh,
She likes to be seen.
okay.
And clubs, they did say that. They go to clubs and
They
but they're
have-
not sharing.
They do it in clubs publicly.
They do it in clubs publicly.
Talk about love in the club.
Well, then
huh?
we've got a few other issues here. Okay. I think it's just completely inappropriate in general. Like, I'm not against PDA. You want to kiss, you want to grope each other, that's cute. You want to like chase each other around the party, that's fine. But I don't need to see what goes on in your bedroom.
It's
the
not in the
club.
bedroom.
Like,
It's
if
out
I
in
didn't go
public.
pay for
It's
porn,
everywhere.
I'm good for it. You know, like I don't want to. I'm good.
But once
so
again,
I get that.
Hold on 1 second. Now, some people that turns them on. Like that builds you a closer connection with the person.
Exactly.
Knowing that it's just you and them, and they can block everything out.
once
That's
again,
great. But there's a lot of other
That's
things
great, but
there are a lot of other things that turn a lot of other people on that are mild, like that are like greatly inappropriate for the general public.
Ladies
If you
and
can get a
gentlemen-
ticket for it, don't do it.
this girl is giving out
Ticket
tickets.
for it.
No, because you
Ladies
can.
and gentlemen, right now, please post your comments on whether or not you think that this man can still love her, even though she's doing suggestive things in the public. We need to see your comments right now. We'll read them live on air here at The Edge. Make sure you do that right now because we are watching. I'm going to say this. You know, I'm a little experimental. I, like some fun things every once in a while. But I do feel like a man is only, if he really, really, truly cares about you, he is only going to let you go so far. But there's always, somebody on that flip side who really is into that person and really cares. And whatever they do makes the other person happy. And so I'm all here for it. If they are both for it, even though it may be wrong, as Charlie said, you can get a ticket for it.
If you
As long as y'all get that ticket together, go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's not really wrong. It's just your preference. That's something you prefer not to partake in. Once again,
Maybe
everybody's
she found her match,
exactly. So once again, everybody's relationship is different. I say whatever make your boat float.
I don't think
If
they
you
don't
like it,
want
I
you to
love it.
Reel her in a little bit.
If you like it, I love it.
Maybe he should reel her in a little bit.
But
You never know.
How
He
can
might
you
be
reel her
playing-
in if he
He
enjoys
He might be
it?
playing fisherman. You
He
never
enjoys
know.
it. I think he likes it.
I think
You
if
know?
it's gonna affect your social life, if you guys are just great with it just being you two against the world, like literally, that's fine.
But
That's
that's what it
great.
is, though.
Like, and that's cool. But I just think I don't want to see it all out in public. Like, y'all can do whatever.
She like, I'm not trying to watch
Be
y'all.
affectionate. I don't want to see you mounting your man at the club, and I know what you're doing. Like, that, first of all, I don't
Not
want to
on
see you
the
at the
balcony
club
or
because of
none of that,
COVID. But I'm just saying, that's just a lot.
Who said it's just a lot?
Not on aisle 10. None of that.
So her
And I'm
her parents are definitely saying that he's making her look like a whore, if you will. And it's like, at this point, if she's the one into it,
But that's the thing. A man is only going to let you go as far as you allow him to.
she wants it. She's saying
She
she's
wants
down
it,
for
and it works for them. For those people who have an issue with it, my thing is this: evaluate your relationship.
Evaluate your friends and family. If they don't know you nasty, look.
look.
If they don't know by now. But here's my thing. When you get ready to go into your next relationship,
Yeah,
here we go.
yeah.
Here it is. Here's
Yeah.
the lesson in this.
There
When
you
you
go.
get ready to go into your next relationship, do you want that next guy or your husband, if you will, when it comes time to say, oh, you was doing all this with him too? Or how many videos have you popped up on? You might as well be getting the money yourself. Go
Unless-
create an account. Look.
Like, unless that's just like a subgroup, like you just date a certain type of guy. Now, Max actually said if both of them consent to it and are enjoying themselves, that's them.
That's them.
Their business.
That's their kink. That's how they like it. And then apparently she seems to like it. So
So as you alluded to earlier, he likes to go fishing. She's got just the right bait,
Yep.
and he's got the right tackle. Bam.
You're such a
a
goof.
lot of hooks and chains.
I'm just saying, okay? So I'm definitely, if that's your thing, just don't force it onto other people.
Right.
Watch if people's kids are out there, but I know that there's several places, you can go to Hippie Hollow in Austin. We've talked about
Yes,
Austin
Hippie
several
Hollow.
times. Do it there where you know that there's adults and people who are interested in those types of things. Don't just bust out while I'm sitting with my family and, be over here in the corner in the booth doing all that, and I got to try to cover the boys'
That's
eyes. That
what
is
I'm
what we're saying. If you guys love it, I'm all for it. I'm glad that you are still having a happy sexual relationship during all of this.
Do you?
Your family, sometimes
Gracias.
you gotta put them down. You know, they're not always going to agree with every single thing.
Nope.
And that's why we said think for yourselves. We talked
Live
about
your
that
best life.
Feel like I want to run into something like that.
I did.
Oh Lord, tell us the story, man.
Look, I had to park I'm at the apartment complex, and my spot was taken for some reason. Of course, it was Highlight Fish Grease, so I had to walk. Yes, I had to walk to the other parking spot, right? And literally, I mean, homeboy was knocking it out.
Ooh, was he on the back of the car, inside the car? I'm sorry.
No, he was on the balcony at the top where everybody could see.
Gentlemen, this has been another episode
Do
of
your
I'm
thing.
Just
I ain't mad
Saying,
at you.
And we will talk to you on Thursday at 8:30 a.m.
We out of here.